everybody. This is Kama with Pursuing Your Passion. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening, this night, because it's 9 o'clock somewhere else. My guest is Monica Quinones. I want to welcome everybody to the show. Thank you, Monica, so much for being on my show.
Thank you. Hi, Kama. How are you?
I am doing wonderful, wonderful. Why don't you tell the audience who you are and what you do?
Okay. Well, as Kama mentioned, my name is Monica Quinones, and I'm the founder of MQ Consulting, and we are a consultancy specializing in personal development coaching and also collegiate coaching, secondary education coaching, and also leadership coaching.
Oh, wow. You got a lot going on over there, girl.
Yes.
That is a good thing. Why don't you let us know how you got into coaching? What led you that way?
Well, I have a passion for helping people and also small businesses achieve their missions and goals. I think it's just so important for us to just live out our passions, what we are called to do, not just go to some deadbeat 9-to-5 job where we're not happy and we're just there because we need the paycheck, but we're miserable for 8 hours, if not more, out of each day. And that's wasting time. God didn't put us down here on earth for that, and I'm here to help pull you out of that and be your accountability partner, and let's make this happen.
That's a good thing. You are on my page. That is my thing too. There's so many entrepreneurs out there. Use what you have. God has given you something and use it. So you talked about that 9-to-5. Have you had a job in the past or some experiences that said, you know what, enough is enough. Let me get out on my own?
Yes, I have been there, done that. Definitely. Just working jobs that just I needed to have money at the given moment, and I realized that I was never comfortable. You know, it's always something that would make me say, you know what, I'm not going to stay here much longer. I need to get out, focus, and do what I need to do. So much to the point where I will go and actually educate myself. Not just go to school, but educate myself on my own, reading books, going and reading magazines, talking with different people in the industry that I wanted to be in to see how I can get there too. So yes, I have been there.
I know it just feels so good when you're working on your own. Sometimes there's some struggles that come along with it. What are some struggles that you've entailed working for yourself, trying to make it?
Okay. Well, get this. Are you ready for this one? So I just want you and the audience to sit back and relax.
Okay.
Actually, picture this. I had just landed my dream job, right? And 2.5 months into the job, I get in a car accident.
Wow.
And this car accident, it sent me into a downward spiral. I'm talking, I thought I was okay. I went to, through the whole night, going to the doctor, then going to physical therapy, thinking I was okay, but I still had some pain. But finished physical therapy, went on, and I do praise dancing as an extracurricular activity.
Oh, wow.
And so I ministered on one Sunday. Was actually Resurrection Sunday of last year, actually. And that very next day, I woke up and I had limited mobility in my legs.
Wow.
And the pain was so excruciating. I didn't know what was going on. I was so worried, and, fear and doubt just settling in. And, I'm a believer and I know God heals, but at that very moment, I'm like, oh my God, what is happening to me? I don't know. Yes. What is this? Yes. And so I called my husband. He came to try to help me, and, literally had to help me get out of the bed, help me to take a shower, and help me to get my clothes on, things that we take for granted each and every day, that it's easy for us to get up out of the bed and walk and take a shower and put our own clothes on, but those things were taken away just in less than 24 hours. Wow. It was devastating to me. devastating. And
Wow.
so to make a very long story short, I went months without even knowing what was really going on with me. But you know what? I said, Monica, you have a decision to make. Either you can sit here and wallow in fear and doubt and worry and cry, or you can make the decision to still, no matter what is going on, no matter what the circumstances are in your life, you can still focus on what God has called you to do. Focus on your passion. Put your energy towards those positive things instead of looking at what you see, in front of you, those challenges and negative situations that you see in front of you. Mm-hmm. So I made a decision to focus. So that just put fuel to the fire, and I just took off running. Actually, I started networking more, laying the groundwork with my business even more. My network has grown so much now just over the past year. Now, had I just sat there and wallowed in woe is me,
right.
And I mean, granted, I didn't explain to you that I had to be on a walker. I had to be on a walker for a few months. And matter of fact, I was on the walker from April of last year until October of last year.
Wow.
So had I just been sitting there and wallowing in self-pity and doubt, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Right.
It would have just been a total depression. Who knows where I would be right now? I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
Right. Right.
So, I definitely, push myself. It took effort to even push myself to find the types of doctors that I needed to go to. I went through 6 doctors before I got to the right doctor that knew what was going on with me, that helped me get off the walker and graduate to a cane. And now I'm not even on the cane anymore. I'm walking without any.
I have to clap for that one. So God is good.
Yes, He is. So if I can do it, despite all of those challenges that were going on with me, getting all these negative medical reports and all of that, and still keep my focus, I know that other people can do it. I know that somebody out there listening to us tonight, I know that they can be encouraged by this. I know that they're saying, you know what, I can do it. You know what, I am worthy of doing what God has placed into me. I don't have to stay here on this 9-to-5 job. I don't have to stay here and be miserable, because when you think about it, when you work a 9-to-5 job, that's 8 hours a day, that's 40 hours a week at least. And a lot of times they want you to work more than the 40 hours and pay you less,
Right.
But
Right.
why put all that energy into something that makes you miserable? Now, I'm not knocking the 9-to-5 as far as you building upon that and using it as a step stool to get to fuel you to where you need to be.
Right.
But as far as saying this is it, this is the end for me, no. I am here to say tonight, awake. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your passions. Get up mentally. Get up spiritually. Get up even physically, yes. But mentally, spiritually, you have to do it. You have to believe it for yourself.
Girl, you don't even know what you just did for me. Like I told you before this, I've had a rough day that something happened to me today that I felt like, what's next? I mean, you couldn't even imagine the stuff I went through, but even with what I went through listening to your story and what you went through from April to October, and what I'm dealing with is very, very short term, and I know it is, but that helped push me to let me know, Carmen, it's going to be all right. I'm like literally holding back tears right now because I don't want to be crying on my show. But it's encouraging because what it did was just validate that sometimes God put us in a position to where we need to be just so that He can use us. He needs to sit us down sometimes and say, you know what? I need you to understand who I am and what I can do for you. And in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to do some things in your life. Either I'm going to have to take something away. I don't care what it is. It can be something material. It can be something on your body, whatever the case may be. But He will put you in a position just so that you can understand His greatness and understand what He's doing to push you into what you're trying to do. And now you're able to take that to encourage somebody, because you've encouraged me. I kid you not. You have definitely definitely encouraged me, because even today I said, I don't know how the show is going to go. I'm going through some things. But then like an hour before, I said, you know what, I got this. I'll be all right. But now I know I'm going to be all right, because, you know, you think your situation is bad, somebody else has gone through something even worse. So that's like a huge, huge blessing. I love to hear that. I thank God that you're doing well. Now you're doing this consulting, and people are coming to you, or you know, want your services. What are some things that you're going to be offering to them in your services, especially the leadership? Let's talk about the leadership, because that's something I'm huge on. What's something you guys are going to be you're going to be able to help people with?
Well, I'm all about serving your way to greatness.
Yes.
A true leader serves. A true leader is not in it to be in it for a title. It's not about a title. It's about serving others.
Yes.
So putting that so-called Southern hospitality back into what it is that you do.
Yes.
Serving your way to greatness. That's the key. Serve your way to greatness, building your customer relationships. Your customers are, I don't want to say always right, because sometimes they might not be right, but it is a way to go about building that relationship in a way where it's a win-win situation for all. I mean, prime example, I don't know about you, but I have gone to some fast food chains, and you drive up to the drive-through window. Well, actually, before you even get to the window, when you go to place your order, you can already sense that there is an attitude right there. Yes. And then when you get up there, they don't say hello. They just stick their hands out to get your cash or your credit or debit card, and they swipe it or take your cash, and you know, they'll give you your change back, and then they give you your food, and the window just closes. And I'm like, whoa! Right. I know that when you went through training, you didn't have that kind of training. I know they told you to be friendly. I know they told you to, you know, go to the window and open it with a smile. When somebody pulls up, you know, you be patient and you talk with the smile. Because even if you're not feeling it for that day, that moment, when you smile, it doesn't come across that way. So those are some of those things that when I'm talking to leaders, future leaders, I'm telling them about those type of things. Yes. Just simply bring in Southern hospitality back. Yes. Bring it back. Yes. Serve your way to greatness.
That's right. That's good. You have to be a good servant before you can be a good leader. Because how are you going to be able to lead someone if your attitude's not right? You have a good attitude in the interview. You get the job, and it's like you forget. And people sometimes don't understand. Well, how can I get? Why didn't I get ahead? You know, especially when they didn't give their all or didn't even try. So that's some great tips. Now, you said you were doing something else with small businesses, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, small businesses. I have a package. It's called Inspire Your Biz. And some of those things that I was just talking about, bringing Southern hospitality back, and building your customer relationships, huge on that. But also with businesses, it's not a cookie cutter presentation. It's all about me sitting down with the business owner, asking those questions that will lead me to figure out what is it that they really need, and then focus that package around what they truly need. So that's what the Inspire Your Biz package is all about.
Okay, so you're doing something where people have to seek counsel, and even the Bible talks about us having to seek counsel. What is your feeling about people saying, you know what, I don't need to listen to somebody, I'm going to do it on my own? What would you tell someone that's coming to you, or somebody that you may have to convince, or even if they don't go through you, they have to go through somebody else, about counsel?
I would say this. We can talk ourselves into anything, and we can talk ourselves out of anything. And when you don't have counselors around, those that have your back and want the best for you, and they're not afraid to tell you even though it might make you mad, you're going to lead yourself down a road that you probably don't even need to go. Right. I mean, unnecessarily. When you have a team of people around you that's holding you accountable and saying, okay, well, here's an easier way to do it, or the way you're thinking, oh, it's not too far off, but hey, let's try it this way. Have you thought about this? Just to keep an open mind. I believe that when someone is teachable, then the teacher shows up. And that's where I come in.
That's great. That is great. Yeah, we have to start helping other people. I didn't realize the market that's out there for people to coach and train, and people need it. They just don't understand. Some people don't understand that. Are you doing any speaking, motivational speaking? What are some other things that you're doing, or are you only focusing on the coaching and training and building?
I am doing speaking, motivational speaking. I have had a few engagements, and I'm looking to book more. So if anybody out there is interested in me coming to speak to their organization or for an event they may be having, I am open to that. So you can definitely contact me. I can be reached on my Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/mqconsulting, or my website, which is www.mqconsults.com.
Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Well, we're not finished quite yet. I'm enjoying this conversation with you. Now, what are some other obstacles you've been through during your journey before you decided to, or when you decided to go through this? Are you dealing with something even now today? Because I know this is something we're continually growing. What are some things that you're dealing with, and how are you getting through them?
I have dealt with just challenges of networking with people and saying, okay, prime example, I was invited to speak at an event, and I marketed this event, and the way that the people marketed it looked like I was the one hosting the event, and that was not the case. However, the way it came across is that I was hosting it, and then sit back again. But this is what happened. I was supposed to speak on a Friday evening. That never happened. Then I was supposed to speak on that Saturday evening. It didn't happen. And then I was supposed to speak on that Sunday, and that never happened. It just never happened. And that was so discouraging for me, because I'm a professional. I thought that I was working with professionals, and I know that things happen. They said that they couldn't get me on to speak due to technical difficulties, but I know that a simple way of communicating with somebody would have just, helped ease that process along much smoother. And I feel like when you're professionals, you do that. So that was definitely a learning experience for me, because I had supporters out there, myself, and they were waiting for me to come on and speak. And then when I was sitting back listening to some of the other people that were speaking and how everything was set up, I wasn't pleased with, certain things. But again, I do know that when people are trying, things do happen with technology. But it's just a way. If you simply communicate, again, back to what I was saying, Southern hospitality, you would definitely have communicated with me throughout the entire process, and not just push me off until the end and say, well, sorry, that we couldn't get you on. So that, me building up my, reputation from that has been a challenge for me currently. But with this today, in other things that I've been doing, I know that I'm going to still be successful. I'm still going to get back out there and help people, and that's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, just making it happen. Our tests and trials come. I just posted something on Facebook today. It was Simba, and it said, he always says, I laugh. Well, on The Lion King, he says, I laugh in the face of danger. Ha, ha, ha. So I was thinking about that yesterday, and I thought about the trial and error and just the tests and trials that we go through. Sometimes we do have to laugh at it, because we know we'll get through. That means that we're going to be somewhere or get somewhere. And I know go through something like that is frustrating, but then when we look back, sometimes things actually work out for our good, and we say, you know what? okay, maybe I wasn't supposed to be on that platform for whatever reason. And trust me, probably in the next few weeks, next couple of months, you're going to look back and say, you know what, I'm glad I wasn't associated with that. But it does hurt our business a little bit because people are like, well, I thought you said I was doing this, I was doing that.
Right.
If somebody doesn't show up, it's like, it's not my fault, you know. So sometimes we have to do things on our own, just like here I'm interviewing you on your own. You know, sometimes we have to start with us before we go out to, you know, do whatever it is that we do. So, you know, well, you're a beautiful woman. You are definitely going places. I feel
Thank you.
I feel your passion, and I tell some people on the show, but I do love your passion and your energy. You're definitely where I'm going. So we're definitely on the same page as far as that goes. I have a passion for people.
Yes.
In their endeavors. What are some great highlights about your business that you may want to touch on and tell people some more why you're excited to be this beautiful entrepreneur and why you're pushing people to go out and pursue their passion?
Well, I've had a few of my clients, but I want to talk about one in particular. This client, when this client came to me, this client was so distraught and not knowing what she wanted to do. She was truly at a crossroads and just didn't know, like, should I do this? Should I do that? You know, should I sell? You know, what's that? It's not the pyramid marketing, but
multi-level marketing.
Yes, yes. So she was like, should I do one of those? Or, you know, should I just apply for another job? You know, because I don't like the job that I'm on. And she was like, I was like, well, first, let's just stop. Let's just stop. And let's, you know, figure out what it is that you really want to do. What has it been that you've always wanted to do? And she always wanted to have her own fitness/dance studio. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, well, why not go for it? And she couldn't answer that question, why she hadn't even tried to go for it. So we worked and we worked together, and through my Inspire You coaching program, with meditation and vision boards and just setting out goals and creating files for your goals, for each particular goal. And I have a technique for that, you know, once people sign up for it, they'll know more about that. But definitely, she went through the process, and that was, let's see, that was probably August of last year, and right now, in February, she actually started her first class. She got a contract, and she's opened up her business and doing her first classes. She started it last month, and she's so excited. So I've seen her transition from that, I don't know, you know, if I can do it type of spirit to, I know I can do it. You know, I'm worthy of this. I can do this. It's placed in me for a reason. I'm going to go after it. And she, you know, she set those goals. She took actions towards her goals. I held her accountable, and she came out successful. And I'm so excited because that just makes me so excited. It makes me even more excited when people actually do what it is they set out to do, what they want to do, and they see it come to pass. Yeah, she's happy, but I'm happy too. Like it's for me. But and so I'm just so happy for that particular client because, you know, when you see somebody that's down and out and then you see them come up to, you know, being on cloud nine, and you can say that, yes, I encourage them to do that, and they actually, you know, implemented the steps that you said, it makes you feel good. It really does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that. That's what I love about being able to help and push someone because, you know, that's the joy. Because even as a leader, you're still serving in a way because you're still helping out someone. You know, you're guiding them, but you're still helping them. So it actually works hand in hand. But we are going to wrap it up. I'm looking at the time. I really enjoyed you on my show. I know you mentioned it earlier, but I want you to do two things for me. If there's something you want to leave with our guest, a quote or just something nice, something to leave with them to ponder on, please do so. If not, definitely leave your contact information, how we can get in contact with you, what you're doing, so that people know to contact you.
Okay. Well, what I would like to leave with all of you out there that's watching, I want you to find some quiet time. And I actually want you to ask yourself this question. What would happen if I did not take the necessary steps to reach my goals? How would my life look? Ask yourself that. And journal it. Journal that question. Journal your response. And I guarantee you, once you do that, you're going to ponder over that, and you're not going to want to keep sitting around. Because procrastination, I'm going to tell you this. I heard it before from my mother. And she said, waiting on God and procrastinating is two different things. So you're not going to say that, oh, I'm just waiting for God to open the door for me, and then I'm going to do what it is that I want to do. No, that's procrastination.
Right.
Set your goals, take action towards those goals, and then you can watch God work miraculously and see how He works. But He's waiting. A lot of times He's just waiting for us to do stuff, and we sitting there, and we calling it waiting on God, but that's not what waiting on God is about. That's procrastination. And so also, if you're interested in signing up for my Inspire You program, or if you're interested in having me come out and speak, or being a part of my Inspire Your Biz coaching program, feel free to contact me, like I said, on www.facebook.com/MQ Consulting. Like my page, and then send me a message. And I'll definitely get back to you within 24 hours. And also, you can contact me through my website at www.mqconsults.com.
All right. Thank you very much. And again, thank you so much for being on my show. And for those that are watching, make sure you go to her website, to her Facebook page, and like her page. Let's support one another. Give her a call and see what she can do for your business. If you want to be a part of my show, please go to commaspeaks.com, and you can click on the Contact Us form, fill out the information, and I'll get back to you. I try to get back to you within 24 hours, and I can get you booked. We'll talk about it, see what you're doing, pursuing your passion, and I'll get you on the show. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media. You can actually hashtag CommaSpeaks, and you'll find me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube page. I have other great guests, and I have many more to come next week. The week's coming up. My March is full, so make sure you stay tuned to CommaSpeaks. Thank you again for tuning in, and remember, no matter what you do in life, always pursue your passion. Have a good night.